Hello everyone, my name is Lance, and if you're new to the channel, I would like to just remind you to please like, share and subscribe. So before we begin, this video will cover about 5 to 6 tips or tricks that you need to progress in this game as well as I have. So if your life is as unstable as my BlueStacks, don't forget that you can always come to me if you need help with anything. My streams are up on my Discord server, but just for your reference, I'll be streaming Blue Archive every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. GMT plus 8. So, some of you have been asking me on how to get Pyroxene, which is the premium currency of the game. So the easiest way to get it is via purchase, unfortunately. So some of these packs are worth it. The monthly Pyroxene pack is pretty good. It will give you certain amount of Pyroxenes every day for 30 days. Very valuable. You can also buy these packs. This pack, I would say, is the most important, the 3-star student guarantee ticket, if you're planning to spend in the game. If you're not planning to spend too much, I would suggest just getting the monthly Pyroxene pack or the bi-monthly Pyroxene pack. These two packs are really valuable if you intend to be somewhat collective within the game. So my mode of playing this game is going to be casual, so I'll be spending a little bit, but I won't be spending too much. However, I noticed that won't work for everybody. Some people want to be hyper competitive, some people want to be just casual like myself. So I would say understanding the students is very important. So over in this tab here, you can actually see the multiple type of students which you've collected. So personally speaking, after experiencing the game for a couple of days, I would say spending Pyroxenes early to get some characters is a good idea. Some people will disagree, but from what I've understood from how Nexon run their game, this game will mostly be played by a majority of people towards the early phase only. So the first 3 to 4, maybe 5 months, we have a large player base. So if you are planning to play further than that, take my advice with a grain of salt. But if you want to enjoy it now and have fun now, I suggest spending a little bit of Pyroxenes trying to get certain characters. So I have understood the beauty and joy of playing Hina. Hina is a very fun character. So I would say if you really intend to re-roll in this game, definitely get strong AoE characters. That's the number 2 tip which I'm going to drop on you. If you really want to succeed in this game, you're going to need a very balanced team, but definitely AoE characters. I've had a few people in my community struggle to clear content because they do not have AoE characters. So Hina's a good one. Shiroko is pretty good at clearing content as well. And there are some free characters who actually can get the job done. Serena, who is very common, is actually a really good healer and is good for repositioning the tanks. I'm using Tsubaki, so I use Serena to reposition Tsubaki so she can get her taunt off in a wider range. You can also clear mobs with Suzumi. So some of your characters, after a while, you feel like they're subpar. That's because they need their abilities to be leveled up. So I don't know the optimal procedure on leveling up, but I just level up the characters which I use frequently. So I just focus up on the DPS from Gehenna as well as Abydos. Since they are from different schools, naturally they'll be using different materials. So Abydos will be using the Abydos books and Gehenna will be using the Gehenna books, so on and so forth. You have also students from the Trinity and the Allied Hyaki Yako Academy. So do take note that characters from the same school might share same resources, but not all of it. Once you go up to higher scaling, you have different resources introduced. The next thing is, as a free-to-play, some of you might be thinking that this game might be a little bit heavy-handed in the Pyroxenes. Sure, now they're giving you tons of Pyroxenes in the beginning because we're in the honeymoon phase, so you'll be getting a lot of materials. But once that honeymoon phase is over, how am I going to get Pyroxenes, or how am I going to get any sort of relevant material? Right, as I was saying, as for the free-to-play players, after this honeymoon grace period is over, how would you get Pyroxenes? So from what I've observed in a couple days that I've been playing, the best way to get pyroxenes is via the story mode. So story mode, once you complete, you get 40 pyroxenes, and you have a beginner quest over here in the missions tab. The task section, where you clear certain tasks, it will give you pyroxenes as well. So that will be the main source of pyroxene. So if you have a specific character in mind that you want to gacha, and you're not like me, you're not a casual spender, or you're not a person that can spend on games, etc., etc., I suggest you save up those pyroxenes for the character that you really want. In the end of the day, your happiness is the most important. Doesn't matter whether you can compete or not, because at the end of the day, spenders will always have the advantage in games like these. So I would suggest just having fun is the most important thing. So in terms of creating a club, it does cost pyroxene to start a club. So as you can see, so I have my own club. If you guys want to join up, come on in, save your pyroxenes as well. So you can always join an existing club or create your own club, it's up to you. But if you plan to create your own club, I suggest you gather people first before creating your own club. So you have some of these missions, as I showed you just now while I was scrolling through. They do give you pyroxenes, etc., but this is a limited time event. So I would suggest, if you can complete all the quests, complete it as soon as possible. The quest will direct you to the location which you need to go, so it's very straightforward. So once you complete the stuff, everything is simple already. So there are some things which require some time to do, like holding a lesson, etc. It do requires like a daily reset, etc., etc. So you don't want to be caught on the back foot of that. So do make sure you pay attention to that. There are also some quests which you can skip if you really don't want to do it. But you kind of need to complete all the quests if you want to get this character. Although this character is so at best, if you do not have an AoE character like me and you don't have Hina, I think she'll be quite essential for you. So you might want to complete all the quests available. Now, my knowledge in the game is not 1000% very good, but this is from what I've experienced and after watching some guides, etc., etc. So tip number 4, always check your mail. So your mail will actually every now and then it will give you some materials, whether it's from the game or from any sources of redemption. If you want to know how to redeem gift codes, you can always go to your account all the way down to coupon, and then you can type on the coupon. So I actually have a gift code for everybody. It's not personally from me, but I found it online, so I'm sure spreading the word will help. So welcome to Hivotos 2021. It will give you, if I'm not mistaken, some pyroxene. So that's pretty good. And the last but not least, best tip I would say is make sure that your students are adequately leveled. So this is something that I actually struggled with because I couldn't 3-star some stages. Right after I leveled up my characters, boom, easy. So do make sure your characters are built well. You will see a guide on how to build it from the students tab itself. It's very straightforward. This game really babysits you through everything. So you can see your materials there, and then if you want to evolve it, you need to get the materials. You can get it starting from mission 4, although I would assume mission 5.1 will be dropping more. So do take note of that. You want to increase your materials as soon as possible on your DPS. Of course, your tankers can wait. Your damage should go first, always in type of this game. So other than that, there are small things like Momotalk, which actually gives you some pyroxenes and allows you to actually get to know the characters a little bit more, which is very fun. I like how they intricatize the lore, and they try to build fundamental relationships between yourself and the character, which is really fun. I don't think this game will be a fun game for the long term. Like, I don't think that you'll be playing this like for a year or 2 years. unless you really into the characters, because I've heard bad things about the JP version, like how PvP scene is dying and basically the developers don't update the game. Hopefully it doesn't happen for our server, but we have good things to look forward to. Nevertheless, I hope you find this guide well, and I hope that it has shown you a little bit of some things which you wanted to know in regards to the packs which you should buy. I would say majority of the packs are fine, but definitely the monthly and bi-monthly Pyroxene packs are really worth it to get. And the Global Launch Celebration 3 student packs, I'd say this is the best. This is the second best, I would say, but definitely getting a 3-star character is really worth it, especially right now, because we have the recruitment campaign going on. So I actually got Hina and Shiroko from here. So I didn't need to reroll, nor did I intend to reroll at all, even if I didn't get them. So definitely just enjoy the game, guys. Honestly, that's just my best tip to you guys. Just till we meet again, everybody. I'll see you guys on the next Blue Archive stream on Tuesday.